We should be live. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome
To our live.
Let me sit a little closer. I'm out of frame a bit.
I
There we
like
go.
it when you sit closer.
You're weird.
I'm nice. That's what I say.
All right, this is the part where I'm going to go through and,
Share with all the peeps.
yep,
Are you sure we're live?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, it's video live.
And then I say something dumb or not so dumb about my day. Let's see. We put up a Christmas tree at the office, so that was fun. It's white, flocked. It makes a huge mess, but it's so cute. And it's by the door, and it's really cute. It has teal and gold ornaments on it.
I already got complimented on our awesome Christmas tree at the
Did
office
you
today.
really? I totally missed out.
I was like, yes.
Yes, it's so awesome. Yeah, we have 2 more trees to put up because I like trees, apparently.
How many trees do we have?
At the house?
Yeah.
Like 8.
That's what one of our daughters said. And everyone was like, I don't know about
I'm
8.
pretty sure we don't have 8 trees. We have, I know, at least 3 trees, except for we got a new one, and then we got another new one. So that's 2 more, plus we have a couple little ones that, just go on countertops and kids' dressers. So that's probably where she got the 8.
It's true.
So anyway, Christmas trees are fun. And I'm kind of stumped with the decorations for this year because I have a whole bunch of new railing. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that because I know how much garland I have for the old railing. And now I have more railing. And so it's really a conundrum for me.
Hashtag first world Christmas
I know,
problems.
it's so important.
Well, look, last year we didn't even put up Christmas
I know, it's so sad.
decorations
We put it
at
up
all.
like Christmas Eve, and then we took it down like the next day because our house was a giant mess of sawdust and everything. So this year we're excited to get the Christmas tree up and enjoy Christmas all month long, not just one day.
That's
So,
right.
hi Amanda. Hi Holly.
And Holly.
Hi Diane. I finally see the comments. So.
Yeah, well, we have the comments up here on my laptop,
Lappy top.
and but they're also on the
They come up on the screen
the
here
screen?
we're looking at.
but they go away after a while, and then someone else comments, and then they come back. So,
And then we see them.
yep.
So
Okay, so I'm done sharing.
enough about Christmas trees.
Enough about Christmas
Now on
trees.
to keto.
Yep.
So keto's good.
Okay. We had a meeting today with some people where they were trying to find out more about the company, and we totally went off on a tangent talking
It
about the
was really
science of
sciencey.
keto and insulin and all this other stuff. And they were kind of like, I was like, well, we wanted to give you guys a feeling about why we're so passionate about this. So
Yeah, we love keto.
Diane is happy that she gets to order chocolate toffee. Chocolate toffee's on sale this week.
Yes, Diane.
Most of the flavors of Keto Chow were, I wanted this. I wanted chocolate mint. I wanted the orange cream. I wanted eggnog. I wanted root beer. Well,
I wanted chocolate toffee.
Miriam wanted chocolate toffee, and she wanted the
Raspberry cheesecake.
raspberry cheesecake. Those are hers. I always tell people that they were a mandate. So,
I'd like it if I had like little toffee bits inside. But that's not really possible.
So, yeah, with chocolate toffee is one of the first ones that we have that's version 2.1.1, and with 2.1.1, which is where we got rid of the,
Soy lecithin.
no, we had sunflower
Oh,
lecithin,
sunflower lecithin.
not to be confused with lectin, which is completely different. Anyway, because we don't have the lecithin in it anymore, it doesn't mix up exactly the same with version 2.1.1 as it did with 2.1.0. The takeaway is as soon as you add the powder to the heavy cream or the avocado oil, you need to quickly add the water and shake it up as fast as you can. Because if you let it sit in kind of an almost mixed state, just hanging out there for more than a couple seconds, you will get some clumps. And so Miriam, she made chocolate toffee, and
So sad.
she realized she added the powder, and then realized she
I
didn't
was
have
out of water. I'm like, oh crap.
And so just that amount of time was
Enough to get it clumpy.
Yeah, and once the clumps are in there.
I could have just put it in the blender.
Yeah.
Probably would have been okay.
Diane wants to know where the name Keto Chow comes from. So, Keto Chow, okay, there was a fake product called Bachelor Chow on the TV show Futurama, which is everything that a bachelor needs. I think they were going for dog food for people. Then when the Complete Foods, the Soylent stuff started, somebody made a recipe called Bachelor Chow, which later became People Chow. And People Chow was the first recipe that I started on with a nutritionally complete shake. It wasn't terribly good. I mean, it tasted like
Tastes like you're drinking flour.
a tortilla or a tamale that had gone through a blender, but without the meat.
Yeah.
So and then when I started keto, I was doing a recipe called Keto Food, which was also disgusting. Ended up revising the recipe for that and using a bunch of the ingredients from People Chow to make this new recipe, and I just decided to call it Keto Chow. So it is kind of a weird name.
I love it.
It
I don't
is.
care if people think it's dog food.
Then we have a lot of people. I would never eat something with chow in the name. That's like dog food. And people are like, "What about chow mein?"
Oh.
But I don't eat chow mein anymore than because I'm doing keto. But yeah. Anyway.
Once upon a time.
So that's the genesis of the Keto Chow name. Comes from Futurama. Anyway, okay, so this week we do have the chocolate toffee on sale. It's the first part of our
Black Friday sale.
Black Friday. Well, so we got Black Friday. We got Small Business Saturday. We've got I Don't Work Sunday.
I also don't work Sunday.
And then we've got Cyber Monday. So starting on Friday at midnight Mountain Time is when all of the good deals, you could say, go on. So first off, we've got it's the first 100 orders. How many shirts do we actually have?
A lot.
Like 100 or so, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, the first orders. Over $100 until we run out of shirts, get a free Keto Chow Keto Food Pyramid shirt. So it says Keto Chow on the front. It doesn't say "Don't go bacon my heart." There we go. This is my shirt. My wife got it for me. Mm-hmm. She's got a matching one that says
I couldn't if I fried.
And
It
it's
has
got
an
an
egg on it. I didn't think to wear it.
Yeah. So anyway, it's got Keto Chow on the front, and then it has a Keto Food Pyramid on the back. And at the bottom of the Keto Food Pyramid, it's got Keto Chow. Because, well, for me, that's the base of my diet. So anyway. So yeah, the first orders that are over $100 get that shirt. Sandy likes the shirt. And Deb says, "Hi, Keto Chow
Sandy.
peeps."
Hi, Deb.
Although it's funny, it showed up on there, but it didn't show up
It's
on
because
here.
it wanted me to see it, because I
Oh,
can't
okay.
really see that far away.
Well, good.
Thanks, Deb, for saying hi to me.
So in addition to that, if you order 4 of the 21 meal packs, the big bags, you can get a free Hydro Flask that also has the Keto Chow logo. It's actually etched into it using a laser.
It's so cool. Laser envy.
That's right. And in addition to that, so it's 10% off on the chocolate toffee, but it's 5% off on all of the big bag, all the flavors in the big bag size. So if you have a special flavor that you really like,
chocolate,
they're all 5% off.
raspberry cheesecake,
So,
orange cream,
yep.
eggnog.
Linda wants to know, so is Keto Chow a meal replacement?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So the basic premise is that We wanted to make getting quality and good tasting nutrition to people doing a ketogenic diet and make it really easy and, again, really good tasting. To go a bit more along with that, I'm excessively lazy.
He says he's lazy, but he's really.
And I'm an engineer, and I'm always looking for the most efficient way of doing something.
So he'll do a whole bunch of work so he can do less work later.
Yes, that is.
Which is a lot of work. But then it is less work later.
Yep.
So I can see how.
Well, who was it? Einstein said if I had 24 hours to solve a problem, I would spend the first 23 figuring out the right question to ask.
Yeah.
So I totally that. Anyway, so Keto Chow is kind of my thing that I came up with. It was a really simple way to mix it up and get complete nutrition. And that's one of the defining differences between Keto Chow and some of the other meal replacements that are out there. Keto Chow is designed to give you a third of all your daily nutrients. So it's not just a protein snack. It's not just 200 calories and that's it. With those types, you can only use it like once, maybe twice a week at the most. With Keto Chow, you can use it 3 times a day for months at a time if you really wanted to. Like say...
You had mouth surgery.
Yeah. We had a guy come in just a couple days ago.
A couple days ago.
He's like, I'm getting jaw surgery, and this is going to be fantastic. So, yeah.
It happens sometimes.
So Patricia says, new to your brand, can't wait for the other flavor samples. So that brings up a further on down, when are the samples going to be available? So we do have some of the samples, some of the flavors are not currently available. The short version of it is we're supposed to be getting them in the next 2 to 4 weeks.
Sad.
I called the place that does the packaging for us, and they have, the machine that they get packaged on is completely tied up at the moment. So in 2 to 4 weeks, we'll be getting the flavors that we don't have in the sample size. And
we have everything in the week bag size, the 21 meal.
So the big bags that have 21 meals.
We got it all.
Everything. We have a lot of it. And it's 5% off starting on Friday morning,
Da-da-da.
Mountain Time at midnight. Excuse me. So so that answers Patricia's question too. And Anthony says, if only it could mix itself on containers that don't need cleaning. Well, you'd have to do like a hydroscopic coating or something like that. Hydrophobic coating. They don't want to have to clean itself. But I don't know. Our dishwasher, it's actually running right now. You might hear a wee every once in a while as it fills up. We usually have 4 or 5 blender bottles in there. That's what we mix up our Keto Chow in, and that's what... Yeah.
We used to mix it up in a big pitcher and just use an immersion blender, which is still a good idea. But lately we just throw out a million blender bottles and just fill it up. Yeah. It's fine.
Well, that's because...
Then we could do multiple flavors.
Yeah. Well, it's because lately I've been successfully conscripting my teenage daughters who do keto into helping me mix Keto Chow because they just keep on stealing mine. So I'm like,
which works out good that they don't steal mine because I like mine with avocado oil. So I do half heavy cream and half avocado oil, and they don't like it as much, and I like it just as good. And then they don't like my stuff, so I like it.
Yep.
I have a pencil.
Yes, you do.
It's orange.
Anyway, I don't know if that's Ulissa or Julissa. I'm going to guess Ulissa. Right there. She asked if there's a vegan option available. So in Keto Chow specifically, we do not have a vegan option. We're using a milk protein isolate for the protein, so that's not vegan. It could be considered vegetarian if you're ovo-lactarian.
What about the base powder?
The base powder, which is everything that's in Keto Chow except for the protein and the flavoring.
And the sweetener.
And the sweetener, which that's really flexible to allow people to use whatever protein powder they want. You can use egg white protein or rice protein with stevia that tastes like
stevia
raspberries or something like that. Anyway, it allows a lot of flexibility, but the base powder, the vitamins that are in there, several of them, most notably the vitamin K, is made using microorganisms. And the vitamin D3 is made from lanolin. So it's not vegan either. There are some other products out there that don't taste quite as good as Keto Chow does, that are vegan, most notably Keto Fuel. And I'm talking about the stuff by Super Body Fuel, not the stuff by Bulla Fit, which is multi-level marketing. I was going to say junk, but I'm not going to.
Oh.
Anyway, theirs is vegan. So, and once again, it's not as good as Keto Chow, but if that's what you need to do, then all more power to you.
Just a hair. Excuse me.
So Deb says that means 11 my time, because she must be in the Pacific time zone. Cindy says hello.
Yes. Hello, Cindy.
Sue Brown wants to know if it's available on Amazon in Canada. It is not currently available on Amazon in Canada. Right now, all of the stuff going in and out of Canada, we just have to ship from our location. We're working on getting a distributor set up in Canada, but it's coming with a whole bunch of hoops.
How do we get it on Amazon Canada? Can we do that?
I think, well, we can
could certainly
sell
look
it
into
on
it.
Amazon Canada right now, but it would be shipped from
Us and
Utah again.
Okay.
So, anyway, so it's not currently available on
It's
Amazon.
definitely
in
something
Canada.
to look into. That would be
Yep.
cool.
If you have a parcel locker just across the border, we can ship it to there, and that'd be fine.
Or we can come visit you in Canada, and you can show us around, and we'll bring you some.
And Julia Carrasco Kendorsa says, "Hey guys, I should be receiving my first sample size order tomorrow. Good.
Woo-hoo!
Try it quick because the sale's coming up."
Are you sure that's how you say it?
What? Okay, if her last name is Carrasco Kendorsa, Ken Zora. I'm probably murdering that.
Yeah, what if
but
her
I would
name
call
is-
it Julia.
What if her name
But it might
is
be Julia.
Because her husband could have
Yeah, it's true.
that name.
Anthony likes the avocado oil.
Hi, Anthony.
Yeah. And hey, Christopher Colton said just got turned on to you from a podcast.
Yes.
Is there a sampler package? Yes.
Yes.
So we have a
Should order it
variety
tomorrow
pack.
because we're going to take out one sample.
We have a variety pack
Or
that
tonight.
has all of the different sample flavors that we still have available, and we explained this a bit earlier on, that some of the samples are not currently available. We should be getting the rest of them in 2 to 4 weeks, but for the time being, you can get a variety pack that has all 14 of the ones that we currently have,
In stock.
and
And the price is reflected in how much.
yeah, and it is a discount over buying them individually. They're $4 each instead of $4.25. So, and dang it, is it Julia or Julia says yes?
Yes.
I don't know if that means that I was saying it right or you were saying it right.
You were probably saying it right because you're cute when you say it.
Okay. Oh, she's Puerto Rican.
Ooh, it is.
I nailed it.
I said it wrong.
Okay.
It's okay.
Oh, we're actually
I'm
still
happy
not
to be
done talking about the Black Friday sale.
Oh yeah, we did.
Okay, we're Black to Back Friday. So to recap, chocolate toffee's on sale, 10% off.
Yes.
Starting Friday at midnight Mountain Time, all the other sales go live. If you order over $100, you can get a free Keto Chow
T-shirt.
shirt.
Speaking of that, you should put it in your cart because then you can say what size and color you want, and then it'll be deducted when you go to checkout.
Yeah.
So that's a question.
Yep. If you order 4 of the 21 meal packs, you can get a free Keto Chow Hydro Flask, which are fantastic and by far one of the better ways to mix up the savory chicken soup. Because you can actually mix it in that hot, whereas if you try to mix them up in a blender bottle hot, it
They
will
kinda-
pop open
yeah.
and spray hot Keto
You
Chow.
can also mix up the chocolate hot and have hot chocolate.
Yep. Or you can mix it up cold and then just heat it. Didn't
That's
you
what
have
I've been
chocolate
doing.
today?
I totally had chocolate
Okay.
today.
Hot
In a
chocolate.
mug.
So all of the other flavors of Keto Chow are 5% off, the big bags. It's 20% off Keto Chow blender bottles, 10% off the big bottles of fasting drops, which is an electrolyte supplement.
But you could easily put those in stockings.
Yeah, I guess you could.
And my kids are totally getting fasting drops for Christmas.
You think so? Okay. Is that so they don't whine when they're dehydrated?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went on this 30-mile hike that was like 4 days during the summer. And we were totally...
so fun. I wanna do it again.
We were sneaking fasting drops into the big jug of water that
We weren't sneaking. We were doing
Yeah.
it right in front of their faces.
And they're like, oh, it tastes kind of salty, but nobody had any problems at all
Yeah,
with dehydration.
no one was sick.
It was great.
It was awesome.
So, anyway, my chair's squeaky. We're also doing free USPS shipping. So there's a coupon code that gets you $18 off the shipping, which is how much it costs to ship a large flat rate box within the United States. We're not doing, and so if you use that code, you're able to essentially get free shipping. If you're outside the U.S.,
It'll give you that much
It'll
off.
give you an $18 discount.
So, Canada person, who was it? I already forgot. Yeah, that'll give you $18 off the shipping.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want to do that. And then we were talking about a sneaky way to get a better price. If you want to order a lot and get free shipping and your shipping comes over the $18, do 2 orders.
Yeah. Well, that's if you want it expedited. Because if you order 4 bags of keto chow, you're going to get the option of free ground shipping anyway.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
it is ground shipping. So it'll take a bit longer depending on where
I
you're
see
at.
what you mean.
So, but if you apply the coupon, you could go for the priority shipping. And Deb says that we're out of her favorite color Hydro Flask, and that's probably because they discontinued
Sorry.
a couple of them.
I know,
the
sadly.
gray one.
The
That was one of our best
gray
sellers.
one. Yeah, they
and
discontinued
They
it.
discontinued it. It was weird.
And the red one.
Yeah.
The red one was cute.
So we're done with the Black Friday sale. There's more information
Did you
about that
say
on
Hydro
our
Flask?
yeah. There's more information about that on our blog.
Put the Hydro Flask in your shopping cart so you can choose the color. And then they'll come out in the checkout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So it's Thanksgiving time here in the United States. For all of you Canadians that previously did it, you'll just have to listen to this anyway. So my family, we did Thanksgiving on Sunday, and Miriam's family, we're doing Thanksgiving
On Thursday.
on Thursday, on regular Thanksgiving. And so this last week we did kind of we had our keto meetup. We do a keto meetup
Which
here
we
in
had
Utah.
an awesome
Yeah, it
turnout.
was great.
It was way fun.
We didn't have Amanda there,
That was sad.
but everybody else was there. But apparently something about a sick kid, or I don't know, but get your
Packing
priorities
up
in
her
order.
house. Husband's deployed.
Yeah, I know. So, but anyway, so because I wanted to smoke a turkey for the keto meetup,
And I support that.
I just went ahead and smoked 2 turkeys. One was for Miriam's family, and one was for the keto meetup. And we ended up with so much left over that we're just going to have that for Thursday. It's frozen.
It's so
But
delicious.
It still is delicious and
He meant
smoked.
one was for his family.
What did
On
I say?
Sunday. You
Yeah.
said my family.
Oh, yes.
But if you want to know the best way to smoke a turkey, it's to have Chris do it for you.
That's right. So anyway, so turkeys are a no-brainer for a keto Thanksgiving. Also, we have a new tradition, which is having ribs for Thanksgiving, because we were supposed to have a ham.
I forgot.
Well, there was a
Chris's
bit of a
mom was
confusion.
going to buy the ham, but then I forgot, and then she told me that I need to buy the ham, and then I forgot to buy the ham, so there was no ham.
Amanda says she was cleaning out her garage.
Yeah, I remember.
Likely excuse. So my smoker that I have, it's a master-built smokehouse. It has 4 shelves with 2 doors, a little door for the area. Anyway, it's propane-fired. I specifically wanted that because I wanted to be able to smoke during the zombie apocalypse. But I'm probably going to be getting a pellet-fired one coming up. But
He's going to buy it, and I'm going to put a tag on it that says, Merry Christmas.
And happy birthday for the next 5 years. Anyway,
Here's some pellets in your stocking.
Yep.
With some fasting drops.
So a couple of years ago, it was actually like back in 2015, I think it was. I did a blog post on the Keto Chow blog called "A Very Merry Keto Thanksgiving. So if you search for Keto Chow Thanksgiving, you'll find the post. In there, I have a whole bunch of recipes.
Was that the first time you smoked a turkey?
Yeah, it was the first time I smoked a turkey.
Yeah, it was good.
Turns out that the key is to take a really big knife that's very sharp and bisect the turkey. Just cut it right in half down the middle. And then you can put the two halves, and it smokes really well. So anyway, if you check out that blog post, there's a bunch of recipes on there. I continually refer to that.
We made a pumpkin cheesecake. It was really yummy.
Yeah, and there's a cranberry jalapeno
Oh yeah, we made
dip
that for the meetup. It was really good.
that you can eat with pork rinds. It's fantastic.
Or celery.
We
had cauliflower.
Mashed cauliflower.
No.
Oh.
The little crackers we had.
Oh, what are those called?
The Keto Village told us about them. And they're yeah, they're like almost empty. It's the little tiny baby ones. Cauliflower thins. Oh, cauliflower foods.
Cauliflower Foods. They make the bags torn open.
We opened awesomely.
But they're like wheat thins. Like exactly like wheat thins. With
I think they
2
need a little
grams
more
of
salt.
carbs and 2 grams of fiber. So
So
no big
we
deal.
ate it with the cranberry stuff. That was good.
Amanda says that she knows where you can find a good keto pudding pie recipe, and that's actually on the list, of stuff that I'm giving Miriam a paper cut with.
Amanda's made some yummy keto chow
Yep.
stuff.
So
we're trying to share it.
Yep. Anyway, so yeah, there's a ton of recipes on there. We also made, so one of the things that we like to do is make sausage gravy. And for some reason, people always keep asking for the recipe, and it's really easy. You take a tube of sausage and you brown it in a pan, along with like a fourth or a half of an onion that you've diced up, just for extra flavor. Oh yeah, it totally adds to it. Then you put a whole bunch of salt and pepper in there. Well, you don't have to add salt. It actually doesn't need salt, but you add a bunch of pepper in there. Then you dump in a whole bunch of heavy cream. Bring it to a boil.
Then you just
It'll
eat
thicken up, and boom, you've got gravy that's like crazy high in fat.
So yummy.
It'll fill you up like crazy. So
He makes that gravy because he used to love biscuits and gravy. So now we make keto biscuits and gravy,
Yep.
and they're so delicious.
Yep. So anyway, that's Keto Thanksgiving. And yeah, the ribs were because we didn't have a ham.
Yeah, but they were so good.
Well, it was real easy. I literally, I just happened to have ribs that we were going to be eating later. So I put them in tin foil and stuck them in the oven like for the first 5 hours on Sunday. And I was just kind of guessing, well, let's see. I can set it at that temperature.
It was like 175 or
Yeah.
something.
And then I pulled it out and smoked it for like 30
An hour.
minutes.
I think it was like an hour.
Yeah. Just to give it a little bit more. So,
But it was really good. You put a ton of good seasoning on it.
yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Totally doing that from now
It was
on.
pleasant surprise for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So
Okay, so we already covered when samples are going to be available. And by the way, guys, if you have questions, please go ahead and ask, and we'll try to make sure we answer everybody's stuff. Somebody asked today, actually, about iron supplements in Keto Chow. So if you go back to version 2.0, Keto Chow would give you 18 milligrams of iron if you had 3 of them a day. And because that's 100% of the U.S. recommended daily intake of iron for menstruating women. Men's recommended daily intake is like 6 milligrams. It's not nearly as high. Maybe it's 8. I don't know.
he got the math right on the
I got the
keto
math
chow.
right on the thing.
Just
so,
can't remember.
And somebody brought it up that, hey, I think you might have too much iron for men in Keto Chow on a thread in Reddit. And I researched it, and yeah, there was too much iron. Now, the upper tolerable limit on iron is 40 milligrams a day in isolation. So if you have that one day and then you just, the next couple days you don't, you'll be fine. But if you have it 18 milligrams a day for months at a time and you aren't donating blood every couple weeks every 28 weeks.
Days.
If you're not, losing a lot of blood once a month, it builds up too much iron in your system, and it can be a problem. So I lowered the amount of iron in Keto Chow, mostly so that us men wouldn't have a problem. For women who still have a monthly cycle, there's a couple ways that you can get the iron that you need. And that's only if you're doing 3 meals of Keto Chow a day. I have a couple links to different iron supplements that are just on Amazon. Or you can eat a steak.
And some liver.
Oh, and some liver. So by far it's
I haven't needed to have anything. When I was doing just Keto Chow by itself, I took the little liver tablets every day, and I was totally fine. But yeah, if you just eat some meat, then you're good.
Yep. Which are the way that we usually do keto is Keto Chow for breakfast and lunch, and then
have dinner with our kids.
Dinner with our kids that's usually something meaty.
Because you know what? Our kids are going to grow up and leave. And so that's sad. So we want to eat dinner with them while they're here.
Yep. Martin wants to know, could I stuff my turkey with just bacon?
I think that's probably wise.
If you brown the bacon first, that would probably work.
Why?
If you stuff
Why would
raw
he have
bacon
to
in there, it's going to come
cut
out.
it up?
Well, yeah, but it's going to come out like the
Boiled bacon?
The boiled bacon. If you have ever seen Better Off Dead, great movie from the 80s, the mom says, I remember how you didn't like your bacon fried, so I boiled it. And it's like this floppy, and it's covered in green slime, and they really went over the top. Anyway, so you probably want to cook it ahead of time. And I'd recommend cutting it up into small pieces, then frying it, because it's a lot easier to fry a lot of bacon at the same time when it's already cut up. And it's easier to cut up when it's raw as well. It's actually easier to cut up when it's frozen. Or slightly frozen. Anyway, so that's the story on iron supplements. If you're doing Keto Chow 3 times a day, and
you're a woman.
And you're a woman and you have a monthly cycle, you would probably need to supplement iron or eat a steak, or as Deb says, eat 2 steaks.
Ooh, 2 steaks would be good.
Yeah.
Brisket.
Yep.
Burnt ends.
So.
A beef rib. I had a beef rib for dinner.
Yeah, you did.
It was so good.
We've gotten a bunch of amazing recipes lately. There's a lady named Taffney. She runs Keto Cooking School on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yep. Anyway, she's a chef, and we convinced her to make us a couple of recipes. So there's a couple on our blog. There's pumpkin spice cheesecakes, which is fantastic. Mm-hmm. And then Holly actually made the chocolate mint meltaways for the keto meetup that we just did.
And they were so delicious.
Oh, they were
divine.
Insane. So, yeah, she made those. And I think she even had Steve help.
Oh, great.
But she said they were super easy to make. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to make those. And that was with the chocolate mint.
I think you should make them on Thursday.
Right. I bet you could make them with the orange cream as well.
Yeah, you probably could.
Maybe like the chocolate orange sticks.
Oh,
yeah. Because the chocolate mint meltaways.
It's like Christmas in my mouth.
That's right. So, and then Amanda, who's up at Ogden Weight Loss Clinic.
Medical clinic.
The weight loss place. Dang it. Anyway, she did a banana cream pie. That she posted on Instagram.
Yesterday or today?
Oh, she posted it a couple days ago.
Oh, yes.
But it got reposted by One-on-One Flavors.
Flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Because she used the drops for the crust and for the banana cream pie.
Yep. So
it was like a graham cracker flavoring, I think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we should make that one too.
Yeah, I think we should too. Thanks, Amanda. And she made a chocolate pie, and she made a strawberry pudding, and she made what was the other one? Those are the only ones I know about. Using Keto Chow.
Chocolate pie?
I didn't even know about the chocolate pie.
Chocolate pie.
Linda said that she saw it today. It looked good. It does look good. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, I want to eat it.
Oh, she's about to slice the chocolate one. Stick some up on the monitor and let me know how it goes.
Yeah.
So, we, in other news, it's still November, which means it's still No Snack November. What is today, the 20th?
So if you've been seeing our posts about Rebel Creamery, I want you to know we are not eating it at the end of the day. We ate it at 6 o'clock right after our dinner, so it could be part of our dinner.
Yep.
Everything we've been eating has been part of my meal. So then I have to decide, do I really need this snack enough to have it be part of my meal?
Yep.
Yes or no?
Yep.
And I've lost like 4 pounds
Oh, really?
this month.
Nice.
Yeah,
I didn't gain anything during Thanksgiving. So,
How can you gain anything during Thanksgiving if the only thing you eat was meat?
I ate some mashed cauliflower with
With the gravy on
with the
it.
gravy, because the gravy is
Yeah.
delicious.
I did make a different gravy that was a beef gravy with the beef drippings, and it was good too. Even though you
Oh, I
didn't even try it.
Yeah, I totally didn't try it.
It's all right. I tried it for myself.
Man, okay. So yeah, No Snack November. If you're not doing it, you should, or make it No Snack December. It's a lot easier to not eat stuff when you aren't going to eat. I'm not going to snack because I'm just not eating in between meals. And that gives your body the opportunity to burn through all of the food that you have eaten and get your insulin down, and it's just a better way of eating.
It just feels really good.
Yep. It's kind of like a step down from time-restricted feeding, also known as intermittent fasting.
It's starting at the bottom.
Yeah. So
Don't snack.
just don't snack. And then if that's working for you, maybe try skipping breakfast or just eating breakfast at lunchtime and lunch at
2 o'clock?
2 o'clock. I was going to say, I don't know what that's
I
called.
had lunch at 3 o'clock.
You thinking that was about 11sies?
Linner.
About second breakfast.
It's Linner.
So the gravy recipe, I think Anthony wanted to know if that's on the blog. I think it is on the blog, but
Oh, the sausage gravy recipe?
I'm gonna probably make it again. So I guess I could take. I was thinking
And
about
take
taking
better
photos,
pictures because the first ones are kind of,
but I like my potato cam.
yeah,
So
gross.
Deb says she admits I have snacked on pork rinds. Well, there's worse things to snack on. Pork rinds is actually pretty good, but I only do keto chow for lunch and dinner. Okay.
Nice.
So so we're still rocking No Snack November, and somebody wanted to know what oils were best to use with keto chow. So me personally, I like the flavor
And the texture.
texture best with heavy cream, and I think some of that has to do with the crazy experiment I did back in the beginning of 2018, where I was switching out the different types of fat. I was using different oils to see what monounsaturated versus polyunsaturated versus saturated would do to my cholesterol and triglycerides and all that sort of stuff. Really interesting data, but I don't ever want to have macadamia nut oil ever again. And there's no way I would ingest polyunsaturated seed oils if I can ever help it, just because of what it did to me. What oil should you use with keto chow? So if you can't or don't want to use heavy cream, sorry, Anthony's just distracted me. If you can't or don't want to use heavy cream, and you want to either get your carbs down, because using oil has 0 carbs. If you do a meal of keto chow and you're using just oil, you're talking like half a gram of net carbs. It's actually kind of
Super
crazy.
low.
You could do a full day's worth of all your nutrition with 1.5 grams of net carbs. When I did that, it was actually this time last year. I was stuck in San Francisco, and I was testing my ketones every day, and I got up to 5.8
With the
millimolars per
avocado
deciliter.
oil.
So it was nuts. So anyway, avocado oil is one of the best ones. Just in general, fruit oils are going to be much better for you than seed oils. Seed oils are usually called vegetable oils, but they're not from vegetables at all. Most vegetables don't have oil in them, at least not in that sort. It's made from seeds. So you've got soybean oil, you've got cottonseed oil, you've got grapeseed oil. All those different seeds make oils that are very high in polyunsaturated, also better known as polyunstable oils, because they react quite a bit with oxygen. They cause all sorts of problems in your body. So I absolutely would not recommend a seed or vegetable oil with Keto Chow. The fruit oils, which are things like avocado, olive, or to a limited degree coconut oil, which coconut causes some problems because it hardens when you try to refrigerate it. Those are a good choice. If you're mixing up your chocolate Keto Chow hot, or if you're making the chicken soup, then you can get into some of the hard fats. Coconut oil is great. So is butter. You can also use beef tallow or bacon grease if you're doing the savory chicken soup. We had somebody who recommended using bacon grease along with chicken fat. And they said that it was absolutely fantastic. So, those are the oils that are best. Again, please do not use oils high in polyunsaturated fat, industrial seed oils. If you want to know more about that, there is a presentation by Nina Teichels about, I think it was The Secret Life of Vegetable Oil was the name of it. It was at Low Carb Breckenridge in 2018. And she does a really good job outlining the history of the industrial seed oils and why they are no good. So, Christine wants to know, I have cold brew for breakfast, Keto Chow for lunch at 1:30, and then I eat something for dinner around 6. Sometimes on weekends I snack, but during the work weeks it's pretty easy to stay on track. Great.
You're amazing, Christine.
So, Anthony, back to your question. Really, I don't even measure it. I get one of those tubes of sausage and I stick it in the pan and I stir it up while it's browning with an onion or so. Sometimes I throw in some garlic and then I just pour in heavy cream until it's like,
a lot?
Yep, that's good.
Yeah, he's one of those, a pinch here and a pinch there.
And when you bring it to a boil, you have to make sure you don't let it burn. I burned it this last time.
It was still delicious.
It was still delicious, but it rendered
Separated.
off the fat from the heavy cream. It basically made ghee, which wasn't bad. It actually tasted okay, but it looked really weird.
Yeah, it looked gross.
And it was a little bit hard to, you'd put it on your cauliflower and it's like, and then you taste it and it's like, oh yeah, that's good.
So good.
So, how many carbs with half heavy whipping cream and half avocado oil? So, Miriam, you do that.
So I do that right now. I'm staying at about 1,400 calories a day. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. It doesn't mean I actually stay right there, but I'm doing, 20 milliliters
I thought it
of...
was 25.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's 25, but I'm doing 20 milliliters of avocado oil, and then I'm doing 40 milliliters of heavy cream.
Okay.
But the measurement I should be doing
A little bit higher.
is 50 milliliters of heavy cream and 25 milliliters of avocado oil. But I decided to play with it for a little bit and just cut my fat a little bit since I keep eating food. And then I'm not exactly measuring my food. And if I'm putting butter on my steak or something...
No, for more than makes up for it.
Yeah, and I found that I've been losing weight. I'm still slow. I'm really slow. But I'm moving in the right direction for the first time in a long time. So I'm just going to keep it that way for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then see. It seems to be with keto, like you'll get a plateau and then you have to play around with some stuff. And the Nose Knack November's been helping, and the cutting the fat a little bit helped because I have a little bit that I can use. Just right here, and
it's stored.
It's stored fat, so
your refrigerator's full.
I'm just emptying my refrigerator, and hopefully I'll empty it the way I need to. So that'd be good, and be healthy.
And also to go along with that, on the How to Prepare Keto Chow page, if you scroll down to the detailed mixing instructions, there's a big blue button. You type in how many calories you want during a day.
It's a calorie calculator.
What did I say?
You said big blue button.
Oh, yes. The big blue button that launches the calorie calculator.
So the big blue button says calorie calculator.
And so you put in how many calories you want during the day. It divides that by 3. And then there's a slider that you can move in between all oil and all heavy cream, or right in the middle. And it'll tell you how much to use of each in your preferred unit of measure, be it milliliters, ounces, tablespoons, teaspoons, hogsheads, whatever you want to use as your unit of volumetric measurement. And then down below, it'll tell you the macros. So how many grams of protein, how much fat, and how many grams of net carbs. So by far, that's the easiest way to figure out if you want to do half of one and half of the other. Not half and half. You don't want to use half and half.
Or avocado oil.
Yes.
And you can change it up, different ways. I like to use the avocado oil because it gets me lower carbs. And so then that's really helping me. Sometimes I do just avocado oil with it. And yeah, that's good too.
Yeah. Now, Sherry has a question just general about keto. She says, I've been trying to make various desserts for my husband and I. After a couple bites, which start out good, they begin to taste weird. Is that the types of sweeteners I use? Monk fruit and powdered sugar one. So I'm assuming that you're probably using powdered swerve.
What powdered sugar are you using? If it's the powdered monk fruit, it may just be that he doesn't like the monk fruit. Or is it you that's tasting it, you don't like it? Oh, also, when we've made desserts before, since we've been keto for so long, everything tastes super sweet to us. And so we a lot of times will half the amount of sweetener that it calls for in a recipe. And then we like it. Yeah, because then it's not overly sweet.
I did I Breathe I'm Hungry's peanut butter bars, and it called for, I think it was a half cup of powdered sweetener. I ended up putting like 2/3 of what it called for, and it tasted just fine. Yep. Now, one thing that concerns me about this is she asked about monk fruit and powdered sugar one. If you're using monk fruit in the raw, which is the name brand, which is sold, it's actually on sale at Costco right now. I have to caution you very, very strongly about all of the in the raw products. They use, to make it so that it measures the same as sugar. So, a recipe calls for a cup of sugar, you put in a cup of this stuff. In order to make it so it measures that, they use bulking agents. And the number one bulking agent they use is maltodextrin, which is polymerized sugar. It's carbs. It's pure carbs. It doesn't show up. It can be declared as sugar-free according to the labeling, but for a ketogenic diet, it is not sugar-free. It is as bad, if not worse, than sugar, because at least sugar is sucrose plus fructose, which is a slower-acting sugar. The in the raw stuff is just no bueno. So anytime you get a powdered sweetener or a sweetener like that, Swerve is generally just great because it's erythritol with some additional like oligosaccharides. I personally I go on Amazon and I buy, I think it's called Anthony's. Hi, Anthony.
Yeah, we like Anthony's.
They have a granulated erythritol, and it's just pure erythritol, and it comes in a 5-pound bag. And
do you want to see it?
Oh yeah, there you go. And if you ever need, so the granulated is funny because it doesn't ever really dissolve in certain stuff. Like if you're making, we're going to be making some whipped cream for Thanksgiving. If you try to use the granulated erythritol, it won't ever dissolve. You'll like bite into the stuff and it'll be crunchy. It's kind of it sounds like grains of sand.
This is what we buy.
You know.
Anthony's.
So if you use this and you want it to be powdered, you just throw it in a coffee grinder, and after a couple seconds, poof, it's powdered, just like as if you got the Swerve powdered stuff. Poof. So that stuff.
Your sandwich.
Yeah, by far erythritol is one of the best ones to use. If you have access to pure sucralose, you could use that too, but it's very, very difficult to measure. I did homemade root beer this year, And to replace 9 cups of sugar, I used 1/4 of a teaspoon of sucralose.
And that's sucralose that's not Splenda. Splenda
Yeah.
is sucralose that has a filler just like in the raw sweeteners. It has the dextrose in it. So Splenda is not the best.
Yep. And yeah, so, a lot of people need to be wary of xylitol. Xylitol does have a bit of a glycemic response, but also it is crazy toxic for dogs. Like, it will just flat out kill them. So erythritol is safe for dogs and other pets, and it usually doesn't cause the bloating problems that some of the other sugar alcohols cause. It's not like maltitol, which is just sugar. So, yeah. Let's see. Schmaltz would be awesome with
Bye, Dana.
with the chicken noodle.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, bye. Christine Widmer says, how do you or what do you use to measure your heavy whipping cream and avocado oil for milliliters, and what is a hog's head? I was wondering if somebody was going to notice that.
I like that you said it with a straight face.
I know. I was totally on it. So I went to Walmart and got these little tiny measuring cups. So you can use those. Those work really well. They have ounces and milliliter measurements. See, they're just teeny.
Just little.
It's not going to be in focus.
It's not going to be in
here.
focus.
There we go.
I didn't do that on purpose.
I love you. So, but they're just tiny and they work really well. Up
They
to
just have this
60.
little. They have a little tiny.
60 milliliters or a quarter.
Oh
cup.
yeah, and it's all worn off, but it's nice. And let me tell you this: if you're going to do half avocado oil, half heavy cream, you got to do the oil first, because once you pour the heavy cream in here, you can't see the measurement.
Yep.
So.
And when you do the oil first, then the heavy cream just comes right out.
Yep.
Works really well.
So, and what we've done in the past, which we still do, is we just take a marker and put a little line on the blender bottle where we put the heavy cream line for the kids or for Chris.
Yeah, because I do 4 ounces of heavy cream.
Of heavy cream.
And there's
and
a really
that's the way we
convenient line.
mix it for any samples we make for shows, or we actually mix some that we have in the storefront for anyone who wants to come in and taste it. We always do 2 flavors a week, and we mix it with 4 ounces.
So if you're
of
up
heavy
in
cream.
Utah and you want to stop by our storefront,
come see us.
we've got some stuff to taste.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually really surprising. It seems like every time people try keto chow for the first time, they're always like,
Wow,
that's
really
actually good. They always say actually, and I'm a little bit offended, but not really. So
Yeah.
Anthony, he says that he just uses the blender bottle measurements, and Sherry says Lakanto monk fruit. Okay, that's legit.
That's a good one.
That one is just fine if you're using that one. But yeah, the in the raw, please don't ever use that. And for that matter, the monk fruit, it's kind of like stevia. It's one of those things that some people like and some people don't.
It's an interesting flavor.
Erythritol has a lot better. I don't know if your metabolism can handle erythritol, I'd recommend that over the monk fruit. Just speaking from my own experience and pragmatically.
We like monk fruit, though. I have a monk fruit Lakanto drinking hot chocolate, and I just need to put less in than it calls for.
Oh yeah, because it's super strong.
Really sweet.
Yeah. Now, to answer the question, what is a hog's head? So, a hog's head, when I was making the calculator that calculates...
Here's Chris's ridiculousness for you.
when it was calculating, whether you want milliliters or tablespoons or teaspoons or all of that sort of stuff. The Wikipedia page for, I think it was for tablespoons or something like that, it actually listed, down at the bottom, it had other volume measurements. So measurements of volume. A liter, a gallon, an ounce, a quart. And there was a whole section of apparently different types of alcohol and wines use different size barrels that are specific to them, and a hog's head, as in Harry Potter, the Hog's Head Tavern, is a really big barrel. I think it's for wine. I could be wrong. Maybe it's for...
Don't you know these things?
I forgot. I don't need to remember it because it's
Now
on
I
Wikipedia.
have to look it up.
Anyway, so it's this really big barrel. And I figured if people were using anachronistic measurements like cups instead of milliliters, sorry, then I might as well throw hogshead in there. And every once in a while people see it and they think it's funny, but most of the time people are they're like, that's dumb. But
Or that's weird.
that's never deterred me in the past.
That's okay. Chris likes to be weird.
I do. So Christine says she's going to go tomorrow and find them. So, and using a food scale actually works really well also. What a lot of people will do is they'll weigh how much their measurement of oil is, or rather they'll measure it using a measuring cup, and then they'll zero out their scale, dump it in there, and see how many grams or ounces it weighs. And then from there on out, they don't have to use this because they can just use a scale.
And tear it.
Scales are really, I cannot recommend them enough. When we
Yeah,
were doing
we love scales.
when I was doing the peanut butter bars, it asked for, I think it was 3 cups of peanut butter, or 2 cups. It was 2 cups. I tripled the recipe, so I'm having to divide everything by 3. It asked for 2 cups of melted peanut butter. Measuring out cups of peanut butter is just stupid. I much rather like it when it tells you how many grams of peanut butter, because you just put the bowl on the scale and dump the stuff in there, and it's a lot easier. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, let's see.
Oh, the samples.
Anthony thinks that monk fruit tastes weird in the natural strawberry. I kind of agree with you on that one.
I don't think it's weird.
Well, and it's funny. A lot of people are like, they think that the regular strawberry tastes natural and the natural strawberry tastes kind of artificial, which is funny because the only difference is natural strawberry uses a natural sweetener and regular strawberry uses an artificial. I personally like the flavor of the regular strawberry a lot better, but I think the natural strawberry tastes okay as long as I'm not comparing it to the regular one. And we have that available as an option for people because there are some people who have a legitimate concern about artificial sweeteners, and so we wanted to give them
An option.
an option. Here's Keto Chow that doesn't use an artificial sweetener, and so they're able to try it, and then they're like, wow, this is fantastic, and yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
So Linda wants to know, will the samples be on sale Friday also? They're not, and it's simply because of the availability problems that we have with the samples. If we had everything in stock the way that we're supposed to, we probably would. We did last year, and it was fantastic, and I loved it because I like getting Keto Chow out into people's hands. But for now, yeah, we're not going to be doing a sale on samples for Black Friday. Sorry. So Deb says she has a beautiful aqua food scale. The dishwasher is,
You
is
do?
beeping.
Can I see a picture
It's
of
probably
it?
like aqua like that.
Deb, post me a picture of your food scale. I want to see it.
Oh, Amanda says that the chocolate pie is super yummy.
Oh, Amanda.
I like that. And she'll post it tonight.
Thanks.
So we're looking forward to that. So how long
We
have
could
been
just
going?
drive up there and get a piece. I bet she'd
It's kind of
share with
late.
us.
We're
It's
actually
like an hour away.
yeah, but
It's
we
not
might be
that far.
driving up to Logan on Wednesday or Friday.
Will you make us a chocolate pie on Wednesday or Friday?
Indeterminate time. Just have one ready at all points.
We'll come see you. I'll give you a high five.
Anyway, well, that about sums it up for today. We've gone on for an hour now, and our kids are going to be showing up. They're doing a
Service
scavenger
hunt.
Yeah, they're looking around for service, and we had a whole bunch of laundry ready,
I know.
just in case they showed
I
up.
closed the door. There's white behind your head right here because the
Hello.
door's not there. So no, normally it's this pretty brown background, but now it's like white wall. Even though the wall's not white, it just looks weird with the door open.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway, they didn't
closed.
show up, so anyway, our kids will be home pretty soon.
That means they'll have to fold their own tablecloths.
Yeah,
and
they'll have to do
towels
service anyway.
to their own
Yeah.
family.
They love folding tablecloths.
I know, it's so fun.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, thank you everybody for joining us.
Happy
And
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you all Friday very early in
Yeah.
the morning.
We're excited.
Yeah, we
I'll
are.
give you all a high five.
You're all about high fives. That's your currency, huh?
Right now it is.
Okay.
Give me a high five.
I want my giggle back. Oh, Deb posted the link to her
Yes!
her scale.
I can't wait.
Okay.
I'm going to ask for it for Christmas.
All right. Gobble gobble back at you, Christine.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Okay, well, these will be fun outtakes.